This is FanCastic, the fantasy book podcast where we fancast all your favorite characters from best-selling fantasy books. Hosted by me, Loretta Kincaid. I'm a former stage and screen actress, current fantasy book narrator, and Hollywood entertainment professional working in TV music. This week, we are fancasting Book 2 in Rebecca Yarros' The Empyrean Series, Iron Flame. So meet me in another realm, and let's make some magic. Hello, mere mortals. Welcome back to FanCastic. I am so excited to be back with you today in my red mood lighting with fires and flames around me because we are fancasting Iron Flame. I have Kjerstin coming back and joining me. I'm so excited to finally add some characters that we originally had in our fourth wing cast, but felt like it was extra long. So we've added them to this second one, Iron Flame. So if you are here and you are listening to this, thank you, first of all. And I ask that you please hit the subscribe button here on YouTube, like, comment, share, tell your friends about FanCastic. I'm really trying to get the word out there about this podcast. Our viewership and our listenership is growing, but we can always have some more. I would eventually like to do a Patreon or a Discord and really build the community that way, but I can only do that if I have the listenership that I need to build this community. So like, follow, review, comment, subscribe, live, laugh, love, lobotomy. Okay. Iron Flame. Let's do a quick little review on what this second book is about with some kind of key moments. I will revisit these with Kjerstin as well as we recap everything. Fourth Wing ends on a massive cliffhanger. It is revealed that Violet's older brother, Brennan, is alive and well. After grieving his death for her brother for the last 6 years, it's no surprise that Violet's a little more than shocked. She's kind of pissed, which I would be too. Iron Flame kicks off as Violet grapples with the reality of the situation, hardly believing her elder brother is alive at all. For the past 6 years, Brennan faked his own death to join the revolution in Eretia, an area near Navarre that's believed to have been destroyed and no longer patrolled. So he's been hiding out. As one of the key leaders of the revolution and a high-ranking member of the assembly, throughout the remainder of the book, Brennan plays an important role in planning defense against the Venon's attacks and acting as a teacher and a mentor for students of Basgiath who come to join the revolution. The area that everyone thought was destroyed, it has a ward stone. Ward stones are very powerful to create the wards and protect them from the Venom. They need to learn how to activate it. Powering ward stones is a big thing throughout this entire book. Violet thinks she can find information in the archives. Violet starts digging for information in the archives and asks Jasenia, a scribe, to help. So Jasenia becomes a larger part of Iron Flame and the plot and gets to know some people, Sawyer in particular. Another thing going on when Violet is coming back from Eretia, her dragon, Adarna, the golden one, has now doubled in size. She's also turned black. She is no longer the golden one. On the way back, they actually leave her in the Vale so she can enter the dreamless sleep and finish her growth process. Xaden has now graduated and is stationed in Samara. Violet's pretty angry with Xaden throughout this entire book for keeping secrets from her. She says that she can't trust him, and Xaden says that he will have secrets forever as long as he's helping to lead this revolution. It's slightly nauseating throughout this entire book. Dane is a little shit throughout this whole book and is now the new wing leader, and Rhiannon is the squad leader. Colonel Atos, Dane's dad, we find out that Daddy Atos is probably the reason why Dane is the way he is. He is a two-faced, blackmailing piece of crap that threatens Violet that Mira is going to be harmed if the truth of what happens during the war games comes out. Violet and her squad, they attend school. It seems kind of normal when they get back to school, considering everything that happened. And they get a brand new class called the Rider's Survival Course. There they learn to survive situations like getting lost or tortured. Fun. Typical school stuff. There's a lot of new characters don't want to dive too much into it. Iron Flame is the book that really moves this plot forward. There's a lot going on. Nolan is secretly working with Jack Barlow. Jack Barlow is Venin. And at the end, Xaden, to save Violet, ends up channeling and thus starts his journey as being Venin and leads us into Onyx Storm. So that's where we at. Huge thing in Iron Flame. We sadly lose General Lilith Sorrengail. She gives her life to power the Ward Stone at Basgiath, which helps them win the battle. Ugh, rough. This is a tough book. I think overall, it's probably one of my favorites because of how much action is happening, but it's my least favorite with the Violet and Xaden relationship. I love them in the first book. They're a little too annoying in the second book, and they really, as my husband's favorite phrase I say is, they really frost my cookies, the way that they act. And that's Iron Flame. So I'm going to bring Kjerstin in. We're going to cast this bitch. And then we'll get the hell out of here. Okay? Thanks for always listening and watching FanCastic. Your continued support means the world to me. And I will keep doing this every week until I run out of books to read. Which I am likely going to take a summer break so that I can read some books and catch up and bring you guys new, fresh materials. But that's farther down the road. I'm here for April. I'm here for May. Might not be here for June. It's my birthday month. I'm a Gemini. Shocker. All right. Let's Iron Flame it. Let's bring Kjerstin in. Hi, Kjerstin.
Hey, Lori.
Hi. Welcome back to FanCastic.
Thank you, for having me back. I'm so excited.
We finally get to cast Iron Flame. And I think we've wanted to cast this one since the beginning.
So I just want to do them all, but that's too many. It would take us 3 hours, and nobody wants to sit there and listen to us talk for 3 consecutive hours. I mean, unless you listen to these back to back to back, in which case, I suppose that is 3 consecutive. And you know what? Never mind.
And if you do, like and subscribe. Surprisingly, people do listen to this, and I'm thrilled about that.
Amazing.
But then that makes me have to keep doing it. So it's demand, man. You know.
Yeah, you're hitting a real market.
I'm hitting a real market, and I've got a book con coming up, and I'm super excited.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's in Mesa, Arizona. It's presented by Tea and Tropes, and it's the Enemies to Lovers book con. And so I'm going to be there with Brittany Gosson, who is the author of Dreamwalker. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be there with her. And then Tabitha, who you know from Sony, her mom has a jewelry line called Enchanted Jewelry.
Oh, yeah, I remember her talking about that.
Yeah, so she had just started it, and it really, really took off. And she does fantasy fairy tale themed jewelry with stones and copper wiring, and she's got a line of daggers and dragon's blood stones that she's gonna feature and stuff. So she's gonna be there too. So we're doing a little road trip from California to Arizona in a couple weeks.
Amazing.
And I'm super excited. It'll be super fun. Okay, before we get into Iron Flame, let's talk about the Fourth Wing television series. There may be some developments.
That's very exciting.
Okay, so nothing on the Violet front.
Okay.
However, Josh Houston, who we talked about, is a better Bodhi. And I feel like the internet agrees. Every time I go to one of his videos and everybody's like, Xaden! Other people are like, no, he's Bodhi. What do you mean? He had something came out that he was on the red carpet for. And was in LA, and the interviewer straight up was like, so, are you our Xaden? And he was like, I don't know about that. You'll have to ask other people. And he weirdly dodged the question and got kind of flustered. But he's talked about how he really likes the books, and he's read all of them. And then he was recently caught reading Onyx Storm in public. So there might actually be some truth to the matter of him being considered. at least, I don't know for Xaden or just like for the cast, which is kind of crazy. Secondly is our fave, Emilio. Mm-hmm. I sent you this because I jumped in that man's DMs so quick. It was like, I don't even care. He posted that he was flying from Munich to LAX on his story. And I was like, sir, they are Xaden. And like immediately screenshot it and sent it to you. And I was like, he's on his way. I don't think he was here for very long. He was here for, seems like a meeting, and then went to Abu Dhabi. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm wondering if like casting is like hearing things from like the fan casts and maybe ours. Probably not. But hearing things from but maybe. Just like from the internet and stuff. Yeah. And is like, well, let's just bring these guys in for a meeting and see if they would be a fit.
Maybe.
Josh Houston also has baited us by, my dog is digging to China real quick. Watch him just plop down.
It's making it extra comfy.
Cute.
Perfect.
Creepy. Josh Houston's also kind of like trolling everybody. Emilio has continued to do the same. And Josh posted a video of him boxing and he just captioned it violence. I know. I think it might actually be him. Okay. And I don't hate it. I would be fine with it.
Okay.
Right. And I'm like, and why are we only considering like these two guys? Where's everyone else? Jordan Fisher. I think Jordan Fisher, if Akatar ever gets back up, Jordan Fisher is being considered for Lucian. He's like posted about it and he's reading the books. And so I'm hoping when those rights are available again, he will just swoop in there and we'll have a Broadway star in our favorite shows. Speaking of favorite shows, we never really talk about the entertainment and TV part on this. What are you watching lately? Are you watching anything?
Not really. We keep meaning to watch White Lotus now that it's over. I have to get started on that. Haven't done it. Working on it.
Last of Us starts tomorrow.
Last of Us starts tomorrow. We'll watch that too when we're feeling brave. I'm a giant chicken.
It's scary. It's brutal.
And brutal, yeah. But also, like, that first season had one of the most beautiful television episodes that I've ever seen. Like, brutally followed up by another beautiful episode of television. It's just
so good.
They're doing great things. So I'm excited for that. Otherwise, currently is Tournament of Champions on Food Network, which we are in fact watching. We keep it real cool.
We stopped watching The Bachelor kind of this year.
Yes, because it's just, I don't know.
Our wish was not granted, such as the marketing told us it would be. Probably the worst season of The Bachelor, I think.
It wasn't great.
It wasn't great.
It was wild.
I think that the story producers, like, truly did nothing, but put a bunch of people in a place and was like, hey, date.
Now, I am excited for Paradise to come back, except, I love having the Goldens there, but, like, are they allowed to interdate? Because I'm not into that.
Same. I'm kind of wondering what they're going to do with that. I'm really scared. At first, I was like, this could be really fun. They can give each other, like, life advice. And then I'm like...
Oh, wait. Because I'm not here.
Right. It's something going on with the budget that they have to, like, cram two seasons together or, like, 2 franchises of it together.
They also they don't have enough of a cast for Goldens. So what are they going to have, like, 8 total? 10 total?
Right.
Like,
right. Susan's not going to be there.
Presumably the most that they could pull.
Yeah.
And that feels
Susan's already on Gotta Get Out.
She is
this
busy.
New Hulu show. Yeah, she's slammed. Like, and she's really the only one that we're all kind of paying attention to. Anyways, still, I like the idea of Golden Paradise, but I don't like the idea of Golden Paradise with regular Bachelor contestants. That feels really awkward.
And potentially very icky. I don't want to watch that.
No. I'm already struggling right now. I'm reading Heir of Fire, which is the 3rd book in the Throne of Glass series. There's like a little something going on between the main character and like this old ass fae who's like, oh, but he looks like he's in his 20s, but he consistently is like, I'm really old. I'm old. And she's like, do I like you?
Gross.
I don't really like reading this. This feels, because if they do get together, then it's like, okay, but she's still in human years age. Yeah. And you're like 500 years old or more. It sounds like he's real old. So even in books, it's a stretch. I definitely don't want to see that on my TV screen. I don't think it's for us. Did you watch Traitors? You watched Traitors
Oh,
this
God,
season,
yes.
right?
Of course. It was amazing.
God, that was good.
I loved it.
So good. Gabby Windy is like the funniest
Oh.
human being.
So this may be confusing. Now, Danny and I say that to each other all the time.
So funny.
So
Oh my God.
this
Or the
may
I'm not dumb. I love her. And like, she's just on the internet, like crushing it.
Yeah.
Her wife, Robbie,
I know.
love them. So I actually started watching Hacks. Have you ever watched Hacks?
No.
It's very funny. It's very quick, like a good like comedy watch, which I love. It's got Meg Stalter. It's created by Paul Downs, Hannah E. Bender. She's hilarious. Anyways, Robbie showed up in the episode I was watching last night. And I don't know if I read this somewhere or it just came into my brain. I was sitting there watching her and I went, oh my God, she's like a female Larry David. Like, there she is. And she's
Amazing.
so funny. She's so funny and just excellent. And I'm so happy to see Gabby happy.
I know. It's
Since
great.
we watched all of her Bachelor stuff.
Obviously.
Obviously, said his Snape. Yeah, so TV is a little bit few and far between, I guess, on my end, too, because I'm trying to read all these goddamn books. I can't keep up, bro. I cannot. Try to get through Throne of Glass. Phantasma. Second book of Phantasma's out. Then we got more Hunger Games coming out.
Just too much.
I'm going to have to take a reading break on this podcast so I can read to continue the podcast.
Makes sense.
I do think I did get a really good get for a guest for Sunrise on the Reaping, though.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm pretty excited. Yeah. She's a pretty impressive podcast host and a comedian and a TV and film writer, and sometimes she's in stuff too. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited.
Excellent.
Now I have to read that book. In which case, I think I need to take a reading break. I mean, a podcast break, and I need to read.
Makes
Okay,
sense.
enough bullshit. Enough bullshitting around, Miss
It is time.
Books. Hat. Show off your hat. Books in the front.
From my local bookstore, shout out to Books Are Magic. I love them.
Yes.
And
The
this
bookstore
is
is called Books Are Magic.
we love them. And this is like the it hat to wear in the neighborhood. So I had to get,
Yes.
obviously, the most Brooklyn version, the black and white one.
Yes. The one that just says books. I actually love that hat. That's perfect.
I love it.
No, yeah, it's sick.
It is
It's
the
a great
only
hat.
baseball hat I own.
Oh my God. So shout out Books Are Magic.
Books Are Magic.
We'll
I
tag you at some point.
purchased hard copies of Fourth Wing and Onyx Storm at Books Are Magic.
No Iron Flame?
No, I don't have that one in hard copy.
Okay. You said, I finished the hard copy one and I immediately bought the digital version so I could keep reading.
No, I borrowed it from the library.
Oh, that's better, actually. Shout out local library.
Shout out to the Brooklyn Public Library.
Yes, Brooklyn Public Library. I wish we had a library in Pasadena. I mean, technically we do, but it's been getting renovated for a very long time.
My local branch has been being renovated, and now it's like, it was supposed to open this fall, and now it's not going to until like next spring. And I'm just, it's devastating.
It's really devastating. I'm glad that there's Libby and like Libro FM so you can get your books still digitally and use your library card for things. But ours in Pasadena, a gorgeous, super old. We've lived here now for 3 years and they've been working on it since. And they finally announced blueprints to be like, maybe in 2028, we think. They have to basically retrofit the whole thing to be earthquake proof, which
Yikes.
fine, I get it, but I'm gonna be moved out of this neighborhood, this town, because we're gonna have to move to the west side so I can continue to work and not drive 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm not gonna get to go. And I'm so sad because it's like this old, beautiful like library with the fucking ladders and the big ass windows and the big oak bookshelves. I've walked past there and been like, in the windows, and that's all I can do. But it's directly across from the police station, so I can't really even like creep on it that much. Lame.
Cops harshing our vibe at all times.
Yeah, but we love libraries, so support your local library. Support your local bookshop. Shout out Vromans, which is mine. All right.
Let's do
Iron Flame. All right, so in this book, we start out by finding out Brennan is alive. That's the cliffhanger at the end of Fourth Wing. We come back. Violet and Mira are like, the fuck? We've been grieving you for 6 years.
Not just Violet. Mira doesn't find out until later.
Oh my God, that's right. She's sitting there with him, and he's like, you can't tell her yet for her safety. We love Brennan, I think, like throughout part of this book. And then I think I hate him now, but that's for Onyx Storm.
That's for later discussion.
I don't trust him as far as I can throw him, and I can't throw him at all because he's a
real.
Fictional character. Okay, find out that Brennan is still alive. Xaden graduates and ends up stationed pretty far away as like kind of punishment. But because Taryn and Segale have to be together, they go back and forth a whole bunch. Okay, then we get introduced to new characters like Sloane, who's Liam's sister, who absolutely hates Violet and blames her for Liam's death. Then we get Daddy Atos is around being a bitch, amping up Dane's bitchness of being a weenie. What else we got going on? Jasenia becomes more prominent in this book while searching through volumes for information, and then she realizes that some things are missing. So Jasenia gets a little bit more involved. We get to know the friends a little bit better. Dane becomes the wing leader since Xaden has graduated, and Ree is the squad leader. There we go. I was like, squad mate? That's not it. We get introduced to the Griffin Flyers and new characters through that. Varish. There's a new class.
Oh, yes. RSC.
The class. Where they have to, it's like rider survival. So they send them on these missions and then basically set them up to fail to see how they can get out of it. And they disconnect them from their dragons and communicating with them.
Which is new.
Throughout which is new.
A new thing that they can do.
Yes. Adarna is in the dreamless sleep at this point in the Veil, and she has turned black, which I'm wearing this tank top that's like black iridescent.
Perfect.
To be her.
Perfect.
I cosplayed a little bit. And then Varish captures and tortures Violet because she refuses to ride Adarna and bring her out of the dreamless sleep. And he nearly kills her by having her wheeled. I was like, strike, by having her wheeled until she almost dies. And then she's tortured in a chair. We find out Nolan poisons her, and he's been working with Jack Barlow, experimenting somewhere in like a back room. They're working with Jack, who we find out is and has been Venin this whole time. There's the battle at Basgiath. All hell breaks loose. And then Xaden ends up channeling to save Violet. And throughout this whole thing, it's like, I don't trust you, Xaden. You keep secrets from me.
It's very annoying.
It's so annoying.
They're very exhausting through this book.
Yes, they are. It's like the will they, won't they, which I feel it continues in Onyx Storm too.
Yes, like, but in a new way.
In a new worse way.
In a new worse way to annoy me. Yes.
Yeah. I loved all the action part of this book, like the scheming, and Varish sucks a whole bunch, but what an interesting character. But all of their Violet and Xaden's storyline drove me fucking mental.
No, it's very annoying.
I feel like a lot happened in this book, and it feels like it ended with like a cliffhanger, and then when you go into Onyx Storm, all of a sudden you're like back right after the battle, and you're like, what the heck is going on?
Yes. It's a tough transition between the two.
It's despite there being
no time passed, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but when you started Onyx Storm, did you expect there to be time?
Yes, and maybe this is just because the way that they've set up this world is like you spend 3 years at this school, and traditionally a book series is like one book per year at school, and that's what the first book, the first year, and then it basically ends at the end of the year. So yeah, there is that little bit of the beginning of Iron Flame is still the first year. But like Onyx Storm still only takes place in her second year. She's only a second year cadet. And so it's just like, I think that's not helping, is that we expect it to be the next year.
Right. Yeah.
And it's not.
It's not at all. I expected things to settle a little bit, and it didn't.
Yeah.
And I liked Iron Flame because, yes, there, like you said, there was some crossover from Fourth Wing and how it ended and like the time period. But when she gets back from finding Brennan, she's like, I'm going to start my second year school.
And I mean, I like literally just read it. So it's like 2 chapters where she's in Eretia, and then they fly back to school.
And then boom, they're right back into second year.
Yeah.
Okay. And then she helps on conscription day, and that's how she meets Sloane. She's working to get people to cross the parapet and witnesses people die, and that it really takes a toll on her. I don't know. There's some things about her I kind of don't like her character. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just a little salty at the book series right now, I think. But now this is the book that makes us hate Dane the most. I don't know if I have a question about that. I think that's
just
it.
Statement.
I think that's just a statement. I think this book, we just hate Dane. This is the one where it's like Dane's a little bitch.
He helped himself in the first one. He also sucks in that one.
He also sucks in the first one, and then this one, he has a chance to be like, Dad, no. And he doesn't. He just fucking doesn't. And until the very end. Violet's also hallucinating and seeing Liam in this book.
Only when she's being tortured.
I still think it's kind of weird that they did that. We've got ward stones that got to be powered. And then we lose Mom. Lilith Sorrengail gives her life, and see you later. Thanks. Violet has to grapple with that right after she just mourned her brother for 6 years, who's absolutely fully alive. Cool. What a dysfunctional family. That's what that's really is. The Sorrengails, they need help. They need a family therapist, please.
They do.
Somebody send one in. Favorite new character of Iron Flame?
Not in Iron Flame because he like doesn't do much, but Eric, obviously.
He the best.
Then gets absolutely hysterical in Onyx Storm. So like that colors it. That's
amazing.
An easy one.
I don't know if I have anything else to talk about with this book.
Let's do it.
It feels like pretty straightforward. Like, we're in the second book. There's war stuff happens. We get a little bit more of the Venin situation, and definitely a lot of Xaden's backstory, where he came from. You come to find out, like, oh, he's like a duke.
That doesn't happen until the third book.
Wait, I thought we've kind of figure out in the second one.
No, he doesn't. He gets his title given back to him in the third.
But don't we find out that the title exists in the second?
I mean, the title exists. I think we know that.
But I don't think we did until Violet goes back there, and then that's why she's like, what do you mean? You didn't tell me any of this. And she gets cranky, and he's like, this is my house. And then this is the book of my
house,
my house, my chair, my woman. This is that.
That is true.
That's a good part.
Yeah, but I think that's more Violet being a dumbass than like.
That might be true.
Like,
that's true.
With the way the aristocracy works, of course there's a Duke of Tyrendor.
And she's just kind of like, wait, it's you.
Oh my God. Like,
for a scribe, she's not very smart.
Sometimes she has her moments where she's very blonde.
Silver.
Very silver. Yes, that's true. Very silver.
Very silver.
And just like common sense leaves her.
Well, how do you expect her to really be so grounded when she's dislocated her shoulder again? Again. And you don't want her to roll her ankle every time she gets done from a dragon. I'm not here making fun of a chronic illness. I just am frustrated that it's just thrown into a sentence. We know, we get it. It's just slightly annoying. Don't come for me. Or like the weird tropes of like, come on, man. I hate a book that drops a contraceptive sentence. We get it. The main characters are doing the deed. This is a fictionalized book. You don't have to explain to me that there is a method of birth control happening. It's fine. I believe that there are dragons and people wield powers. I'm already believing that. You don't have to justify that she's not going to get pregnant. I hate that.
It's fair.
It drives me mental. And like I don't know. I did like that. This is a scene where they're like in the showers, right? Mm-hmm. And they like do it in the shower on a stone bench or something. Mm-hmm. That was sick. Yeah, that was a good one. I was like, awesome.
They have their moments.
They have their moments. Latonic Storm, but in this one, all right, let's cast.
Let's do it.
Enough bitching. I have to put a coaster down though because my iced tea is leaking.
Because you're an adult.
Everywhere. Yeah, though I felt like this book is more political, so I have my Ruth Bader Ginsburg glass. Like R.I.P. Queen.
I like it.
Cheers. Let's fucking cast.
I'm
Knock my
first.
socks off.
Okay. Remember to remind you, it's all vibes. Straight vibes.
All vibes. No, this is why I've been so excited because I know that every time I cast with you, it's just going to be straight vibes.
Right on.
And I have recently discovered that my psychic ability is I am clairsentient, which means I can professionally just like tell you what the vibes are.
Excellent.
That's
Excellent.
it. So I'm ready.
Great.
Hit me with the vibes.
Okay. Here we go. For Brennan Sorrengail, I have Noah Centineo. And this is simply because he looks exactly like Mark Ruffalo. And they say it in Iron Flame a bunch right at the beginning that like she like looks at him and she's like, God, he looks exactly like my dad.
Why the fuck didn't I think of that?
Don't know. Straight vibes, Lori. Straight vibes.
Oh my God, that's so good because the first time I ever saw Noah Centineo in anything, I went, is that Mark Ruffalo's kid? Like, I literally was like, he looks just like him. He's even got like this kind of like that smile he's got where it's like that crooked smile.
Looks just like him.
Starting off way strong. Shit. Okay, perfect.
Next.
Sloane.
Elizabeth Flail. She looks exactly like the guy that we cast for Leah. She is maybe problematic because she's a little old and she's supposed to be the younger sister, but she was
Elizabeth?
Did you watch the television show Once Upon a Time?
I did.
She's Anna from Once Upon a Time.
Oh my God, isn't she in You?
Yes, she is.
She's the girl that gets killed. Spoiler. That was way too long of a pause. Whoops.
It's
Show's
fine.
almost over.
I'm not
Good
watching
job.
it. It's fine. But she like looks so much like.
She really does. I think she could
pull it off.
I think she could pull it off because with no makeup and like, you know, like kind of grunged up a little bit because she's that skewel, as Marsha Brady would say. Sorry, I just saw a clip. Tangent. You know that the gif of Marsha Brady going, sure, Jan. That yes. one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I forgot that before that. It's Jan convincing Marsha that there's a guy named Richard Glass who likes her. Do you remember that? She goes, Glass, it's Richard Glass. And she goes, I've never heard of a Richard Glass at our school. She's at school like that. It's so funny.
Excellent.
It like was one of those like weird downloads into my brain the other day, and Sean was getting ready for bed and I was cackling and he's like, what are you watching? And I was like, I'm watching nothing.
Don't worry about
genuinely just thought about this. Do you remember that? And he was like, I never watched the Brady Bunch.
You were like, get out.
Get out. He also didn't. I also texted him today to pick up protein pasta from the grocery store he was at, and he goes, what's that? And I said exactly what it sounds like.
Pasta. It says protein on it.
What? My emergency contact, everybody. Great. I love her, though. I think Elizabeth Lale as Sloane is an excellent choice. She really does look like the guy that we picked.
She looks a lot like him.
She really does. Yeah.
Anyway, here's Eric Greycastle. I've picked Leo Suitor.
Who is Leo Suitor?
This guy, Leo Suitor, was in, and I should have maybe picked one of these pictures, but was in the Netflix series The Vikings.
Oh, The Vikings.
The Vikings. He's been in a bunch of other things, but he was in The Vikings, and he looks super hot as a Viking.
And so I kind of liked
that vibe. I didn't either, but his pictures of him as a Viking, very hot.
Me neither. Looks good, though.
Didn't watch it.
I love it. And honestly, vibes.
Vibes. It's vibes. It's all vibes. So
this is really interesting.
Hot as a Viking, so here he is.
He looks very royal and princely, and he looks like he could be related to who I want to cast as Halden.
Oh, well, fantastic.
Like,
great. I love that.
So I think who I want to cast as Halden would be look older. I think Halden isn't much older than Eric.
No. In the book. No.
He's a year older, right? Because like it was him and Violet.
I think
so. Like a year or two.
A year or two, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I like him.
Excellent. For Quinn, I have Maisie.
Oh.
Right? Isn't she cute?
Oh my god, she's so cute.
I picked her pink hair look. Because doesn't Quinn have pink hair? And curls?
I think Imogen has pink
Imogen
hair.
has pink hair. That's right.
But her and Imogen are besties. So I see the connection. And her curls.
Mm-hmm. And I imagined her running around with our Imogen, Yara Shahidi.
Yes.
Whose name I completely blanked right there. So I imagined her running around with Yara Shahidi.
Oh my god, she would be so cute. Oh my gosh, we didn't even recap. Is there anyone we would change of our cast at this point? No, we love them.
I love them. I would not change a single thing.
Okay, perfect. Great.
And in fact, a lot of this casting was way easier because I just either paired them up with people that we had already cast or like imagined them together, and it was even easier than the first cast.
Love. I really like her as Quinn.
Plus, we know she's a total badass.
I will never forget the Jimmy Fallon clip where she pretends that she spoils the end of Game of Thrones, and she's literally like shaking and just like, oh my god, like cannot. She's such a good actress that I would hire her based on that.
So good.
She's excellent choice. I love that Quinn choice.
Thank you.
Good. You're kicking my ass already.
So for Kat, if I couldn't have Sophie be my Mira, she's gonna be my cat. She's coming in here. I've decided I want her here.
Okay. I'm glad that you did this because there's a new rule to the podcast. You are allowed one recycle in a series.
Okay.
So she must be yours unless you put another one in here. That's also fine because I didn't tell you the rules.
I don't think I did, so it's fine.
Okay. You get one recycle throughout a series. So strong choice because you really do like her. Now, remind me again what Sophie Cookston was in.
Kingsman.
Show I still have not watched, and you were
movie.
Like, you should watch it.
Movie.
Oh, movie I still have not watched. And I said we should.
It's just like 2 hours. That you have to dedicate because you
I
don't
could
have to
probably
watch
do that.
the other two. You only have
So
to
we'll just
watch
watch
one.
the first one. Okay, why did you pick her as Kat? Besides that, you love her.
So I mean, I like her and I think she fits in this world, but I think that Kat has to be a badass also. So she is. And I think she's a bitch. Like, she can play that, like, fuck with your mind bitch. Who then, like, softens a little bit. Like, she can play a complex character.
Okay. I like that you brought her back. I love her. And if I couldn't have her for this, I'm going to try again.
I'm going to try again.
Awesome. Fun cat choice.
For Marin, I have Naomi Scott.
Oh, I don't know Naomi Scott.
I think she most famously played Jasmine in the live action Aladdin.
How dare you?
A movie I've also not seen. Remember, this is vibes.
Good for you.
Only.
I'm so glad you didn't see that, because if I could get that time back of seeing Will Smith as the fucking genie,
that's
I would
why,
like that returned to me.
That's why I've not seen it, because I'm good.
Because fuck that guy.
I'm good.
Yeah, he's the worst.
Yes. So she's been in other things too.
Cute.
But
yeah, I like her. She's actually kind of a little bit more of how I pictured Kat.
Interesting. I'd be fine with that too. But we can talk about it after you go.
We can talk about it.
Varish.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This fucking guy. Mads Mikkelsen.
This fucking guy. Mads Mikkelsen.
Right.
Oh, that's a really good choice.
Because he's got an evil face that I hate.
He's so scary.
And he's scary. And I think
he's so scary.
Varish needs to be scary. Like, he has to kind of make your skin crawl.
Truly.
And like...
Truly.
But also you're scared.
Holy shit, this is so spot on. It almost is like exactly like a lot of the fan art too. Like, he's got this like kind of gaunt face. Yeah, it's like just very chiseled is the wrong word, because that feels positive to me.
Yes.
Sharp.
Yes.
Violent. Aggressive face. Aggressive bone structure. That feels right.
Yeah. So
wow.
There's Varish.
Mads Mikkelsen.
He's Danish. There's so many things.
God, he's been in... that's why I'm like, I feel like he's been in a million things I've seen him. He just, like, shows up as this, like, powerful, scary character.
Yeah, he's been in, like, everything. So many things. Casino Royale, Hannibal.
The TV show, right?
Yeah.
Yes. That's why I was like, he was in something that was severely messed up.
He's in Rogue One.
That's it. She's a Star Wars girly, so yeah. He's also, like, kind of attractive.
Yes.
To where at first you might trust him, or other people might trust him and be like, I respect your authority, like Cartman. But I would be afraid of him.
Yes.
If you like do anything wrong in front of him, you'd be dead.
So
he's in Fantastic Beasts. He's in the third Fantastic Beasts too. I feel like I recently saw him in that, and I just watched that a couple weeks ago. Indiana Jones, Doctor Strange, Arthur, Clash of the Titans, Kung Fu Panda 3.
His most important work to date, obviously.
Obviously. Already was nominated for that one. I'm just kidding. Damn. Yeah, he's Danish, you said?
Yes, he's Danish.
Yeah, sick. I love him.
Sorry.
I want to show you my choice. But I want you to know that I will likely pick yours. Mine was also off of vibes.
I spelled his name wrong.
Oh.
His last name. It's Mikkelsen, not Mikkelsen.
Oh, that's okay. Mikkelsen. We'll correct it before we graphics. Mm-hmm.
So
okay. Next, we've got Professor Carr.
Sorry for two Game of Thrones people.
Oh,
I almost didn't put him in here because of two Game of Thrones people. But Carr, I feel like, is unlike the other professors. He's also a little scary.
He's a sneaky little snake. Yeah. And so is this bitch.
Yes. Chaos is a ladder, Lori. Come with me.
Aiden Gillen of Game of Thrones, who you may know as, what was his name?
Littlefinger.
I was like...
Peter Baelish,
Littlefinger. Oh, you sneaky little bitch. Chaos is a ladder.
Chaos is a ladder, Lori. Come with me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
So
that's a really
I almost didn't put him in here because I didn't want to do two Game of Thrones people. But then I was like, no, but he's too good. Nah. And Maisie's too perfect also. So, like,
yeah. We got Woody Harrelson and Woody Harrelson. David Harbour and Sadie Sink and something, too. So,
it's fine.
Half the cast of Stranger Things and one other thing.
Whatever.
Oh, I really like him as Professor Carr. And he's described as having, like, silvery hair.
And he does now kind of have
and he does. Yeah. He does. And you can, we can add a little more and stuff, too. Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, he could be Varish, but I don't think he's right for Varish. I think he's more Carr.
I agree.
So, yeah.
Great choice.
Thank you. Moving on. Professor Deborah. I have Anne Hathaway.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, the vibes might not be completely right, but I did like her, and I picked a picture of her with her short hair because I do think she has this badass side of her that has not been fully explored that could work. Plus, you feel like you want to trust her and like her, and Anne Hathaway is very much that.
It also makes me think of the paparazzi video of her in Italy going, "Calma, calma," to everybody. I feel like she would do that to the classroom during battle brief.
Yes.
I can see how you got there. I can follow that line of vibes.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It might not be
Easy.
the most right vibe, but like it's there.
I like it. That's a good one. Strong choice. Damn it. Son of a bitch.
Okay, so for Professor Immateria, I was going to.
You put this man with a horse, and he's shirtless with a horse. How dare you?
This is why I wanted my pictures to work.
I
Okay, I was going to Photoshop a dragon in there very badly. But then I didn't have time, so I just left the horse.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude.
There, that's my argument.
How can I say no to that? How can I say no? Isn't this professor supposed to be short though?
I don't care.
I'm fully dying. Oh my God.
So there's that. I did very seriously consider gender swapping this professor as well to Charlize Theron. Because she's a certified badass. And I would
like
love
that.
to see her teaching kids how to fight.
Oh my God. I really like that. Also, Charlize Theron as Professor Deborah could have been.
Yeah, but she felt a little too intimidating to be Deborah. I've wanted Deborah to be a little bit softer.
She's a little, more not sing-songy, but like McGonagall-y.
Approachable.
Yeah, there you go.
Then Charlize Theron is.
Yeah. This would have been, I like the idea of gender swapping with the professors though too. Because obviously, yes, it's very male heavy in the school.
Yeah.
And then.
So yeah. So those are my two choices.
Also, what the fuck is this photo of him from?
It's like a Vogue photo shoot. This is a real photo.
Why did you take pictures with a horse? What did this man do?
I don't know.
Star Wars, girls, marriage.
What can't this man do?
God, I love him. He's so funny.
He is so funny.
Oh, he would be a really good one.
Yeah, so there's that.
Yep, Adam Driver. I don't even think we said who it was because I just pissed my pants. It was Adam Driver with a horse, everybody.
Driver with a horse.
As Professor Emiterio.
So my bonus...
say Emerito, like Amaretto. Idiot.
That's fair. I moved on too soon.
Okay,
my bonus
Professor
cast
Scheyer.
is...
It didn't even register.
So it's actually 3 Game of Thrones people, but like, do we count Pedro Pascal as a Game of Thrones person? Because he's been in 1,000 other things.
He has.
But, so sorry for my 3 Game of Thrones people.
No, you don't have to apologize because I do think his character in Game of Thrones is one of the best written and acted and most devastatingly lost characters. Spoiler.
I agree. Everybody dies in Game of Thrones if you don't know
Everybody dies. Everyone dies. There's green nuclear fire. Jesus Christ.
So
Explain.
My bonus
I
character
love it.
is Carrie. So I love Professor Carrie and his like nerd love of dragons.
And we're talking about Pedro Pascal.
And we're talking about Pedro Pascal. So I just imagine Pedro Pascal being just like a little dragon nerd who can like project images with his mind. And it just feels correct in my head.
God damn it. That's great. Also, doesn't Professor Kaori, isn't he remakes fun of him by putting like her hair as his mustache or something? At one point, somebody makes fun of him by taking their hair as a braid and they're like, about him. It might be Riddick. Fuck his name is.
But yes, so.
Oh, great choice. I can't say no to Pedro Pascal.
Anytime he appears on your screen.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I can't. Like,
I know, he's too cute.
He is a national treasure.
He's too adorable.
Adore him.
Same.
I adore him, and he's so funny. They've been doing like the press conferences and like Q&As and stuff for Last of Us. Like you can see him just sitting on stage being like like he's just forever just like doo in his own world. He's asking questions to people and he's like, "Can somebody give me a water?" Like in the middle of it. Like, "I'm so thirsty. Thank you." He's so funny. He's so funny. Ah, God. That's a great choice. I don't even know who I picked for my Professor Carey. I forgot.
Well, he was my bonus person.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, then you automatically get him.
Yes.
Yep. So your bonus person, you automatically get if we chose separate people.
Yeah.
And we did.
Excellent.
So you automatically get him. Welcome to the cast, Pedro Pascal.
This is my full cast.
Oh, man. This is a very good one. I have to say that your Eric resembles who I cast as my Brennan.
Interesting.
Your Brennan is so spot on because of Mark Ruffalo that I feel like I can't say no, and yours is absolutely in the running. I really like your Sloane choice. I'm obsessed with your Varys choice, and we're probably going to go with him, but I want you to see mine. Professor Carr, I really like. Professor Deborah, I like, but I have another. I think you might like mine. I think you might really like mine.
Excellent. I'm real excited.
With a goddamn horse. Name is Professor Emeterio. Is shirtless Adam Driver with the fucking horse.
Comes too.
Oh, okay. Your Quinn choice too is so great. Are we gonna keep all of the Game of Thrones people? Probably.
It was a very large cast.
It was a large cast. There was new people every season. There was 800 seasons. A Starbucks cup appeared, for God's sakes. Everybody was in it. Yeah. Everyone.
I'll cast that Starbucks cup in Arctic Storm. Don't worry about it.
Oh my God, perfect. I can't wait. Can you put it on one of the the map tables or
yes, absolutely.
At one of the islands it just pops up?
Of course.
I love it. This is a really good cast. I'm glad it was easier for you too because you went off of other people. Mm-hmm. I'm glad to hear that. Mm-hmm. This is fucking solid, man.
Thank you.
You're going to give me a run for my money. Okay, before we do mine, do you have any non-negotiables that you were like, hey, I really want to keep this one character? Mm-mm. Okay.
I could be persuaded.
Okay. I'll get my pitching neck stretched out. I don't know what the fuck that was. Okay, we'll be starting off with our Brennan Sorrengail, who I chose this off of vibes. I channeled you, Kjerstin, and went off of vibes.
So proud.
And the vibes I felt were, who do we love currently in pop culture? And who would I like to see possibly be a piece of shit in the series? Because TBD. Yeah. And I chose Jonathan Bailey as Brennan Sorrengail. Let me tell you why.
Great.
I think Brennan Sorrengail is gay. Mm-hmm. And I think I am following the internet conspiracies.
I'm familiar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm familiar with this particular one.
Mm-hmm. Is Naolan, and they were in love. Mm-hmm. So I went off of LGBTQ vibes, and I picked Jonathan Bailey. Your choice is better. In the casting sense, yours is so much better. But I went with Jonathan Bailey, and I liked this picture because why is he standing like that?
Great question.
So weird. It's not very him.
Why is his finger under his shirt like this?
Yeah. And what is he doing? Superstar?
And his other hand in his armpit? It's a very strange picture.
Weird photo of him.
Yes. Okay. I see it.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I see it.
So now he actually might look too old. He's playing Richard II at the Bridge Theatre right now in London. And so I'm thinking maybe he's too old.
There. Yeah.
Excellent performance. Would love to see it recently saw like a really sick highlight reel of it, and like it looks so great. And then I went, I don't think that you should play a brother. Never mind. But too late.
Even
it was
if
already,
that brother is like 7 years older than her.
For sure. But Noah
Still
Centineo,
maybe a little too old.
Noah Centineo is like quite tall and can get a little scruff. I mean, he looked pretty rough. He could absolutely do it. Oh my God, he could do it. And he looks just like Mark Ruffalo. That was so smart. My Sloane is Lily Reinhart.
Oh, interesting.
From Riverdale.
Yes.
I also chose her because I thought she looked like Noah Lalonde, who we had cast as our Liam. And I really like her as an actress, and I've kind of been like saving her. I was thinking either her as Quinn or her as Sloane, but I really like your Quinn. And I just, she's got like the kind of the same blue eyes, like kind of blue-green eyes, and she's younger. So that's my Sloane. I don't really have much of a pitch for her. Otherwise, she also can be a badass. She's real cute.
Excellent.
I have a lot of people from Riverdale. So sorry. I never even really watched that show. Okay. Here's my Eric Greycastle. This is Michael Provost. Michael Provost most recently has been in Sex Lives of College Girls. I thought he looked like real cute and princely and can kind of be a little bit more manic like he is in Onyx Storm. Like he's very, he's going through it a little bit. And you don't get to see a lot of it in Iron Flame, but I wanted to pick an actor that I feel like could get there. Sure. He feels like an Eric to me. He somewhat looks like he could be the younger brother of who I would like to cast as Halden.
Okay.
But yours really looks spot on.
Okay. Excellent.
So depending on who we cast, we may have to like revisit during our third cast of Onyx Storm. But I think he's cute.
Yeah.
He kind of looks a little Liam-y too.
He does.
So, or like Sawyer.
I mean, he's kind of not that my guy isn't, but a generic white guy.
He's just like a generic white guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Eric's not
like
really around in this book.
Not that Leo Suter isn't a generic white guy, but you know.
Right. But I do think that Leo Suter looks a little bit more royal than my choice. But I do like him as an actor. Okay. My Quinn is Peyton List, who is from School Spirits and the popular Cobra Kai.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And she's got really pretty curly blonde hair. She can also be a badass. I'm going to concede right away to Maisie because it's correct. That's the correct choice.
She's so cute.
She's so cute. And I do love Peyton List, but I don't think the acting and badassery is there.
Well, here's a question about Maisie. Is Maisie too small?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, great.
I don't think so. I feel like with like movie
literally
magic,
just now popped into my head, so like clearly I didn't think about it before.
No, that's a good thought. How tall is she? Maisie,
she's short.
See. Maisie, she's 5'1".
Real small.
Can we have her as Violet?
Yes.
She's real small. But I don't think it says like Quinn is tall or anything, and I don't think it would be weird to have like another short girl.
No, I don't think it'd be weird either.
And if it was like a huge problem in any way that would affect anything or any sort of storyline or feelings, there's movie magic. I've said this time and time again.
She's literally the first person we've looked at their height.
That's true.
Of the girls.
Yeah, so that's true. I mean, girls are usually shorter anyways.
How tall is Yara Shahidi?
Yara Shahidi is 5'3".
So she's the same size.
Yeah. I think we're just going to kind of get in like that 5'1" to 5'6" range.
It's like, so then famous women, like how tall are they?
Yeah. I've said before, Tom Cruise
is tiny. Yeah.
He's tiny. And we never really think about it. Like,
well, and the
because
thing too is that like the description of the males in this series are not real. Like real humans are not built like that. So like that our cast is going to have some short people. Anyway, I'm justifying it. Maisie's amazing.
Maisie's amazing. And I think I would like to concede Quinn to Maisie Williams already, just because that did kind of knock me on my ass. That was a great choice. And I think Peyton would be better in a less popular series. She's very talented, but she's still a little bit B-C list right now.
Sure.
I like her, but I like Maisie better. Okay. Cat. My Catriona, Cat Cordella, is Camilla Mendez, who is also famously from Riverdale. Her character in Riverdale is kind of this privileged, snotty daughter of an important man.
Okay.
And I think that's very Cat in this book.
Exactly Cat. Yeah.
Exactly Cat. Very much like Dove Cameron when I started reading this book and Cat was described and how Violet was described, and I immediately pictured Dove Cameron, and that's just who's always been in my head. Camilla has always been Cat in my head with the dark hair and those piercing eyes, and she's described as having like very perfect eyebrows, and she's just very stunning to the point where Violet feels threatened. Like she's like, oh, she's real pretty and I'm worried. And so Camilla has always been in my head for that reason.
All right.
Okay, so that's my cat. Those are my only two Riverdale people. That was it. Her and Lily Reinhardt. Okay. My Marin is Jenna Ortega.
Get Jenna Ortega in the game?
In the game. I was like, I love Jenna Ortega. Marin has like brown hair and close with her family. And we find out a little bit more about her and her story in Onyx Storm. So I kind of based my casting off of that, of like who I kind of would see going through the emotional turmoil. Jennifer Coolidge. Emotional turmoil. And I just thought of Jenna Ortega. I just think it'd be fun to throw her into the mix. She felt like a vibe choice. And I really like this picture of her. Okay.
It's a great picture.
Great picture.
She's gorge.
My Varish.
Oh my god. I can't take you seriously right now.
This is kind of a serious choice. I've chosen Nicolas Cage. This is a vibe choice. And I've had Nicolas Cage on the brain. I he's been on the lot at Sony doing the new Spider-Man show. I've been talking about him a lot. Found out he has a pet crow. Great. He just is like weird. He's just weird. And I was like of two minds of, okay, I want Varish to be so scary like Mads Mikkelsen. Mm-hmm. I'm going to concede to you for him because he is absolutely fucking perfect. Yeah. But I also was like, what if we just made Varish like this goofy motherfucker? Like, what if we just made him like...
I've got you. My other, like, bonus casting person that I was thinking about was Felix.
Oh.
What about Nicolas Cage as Felix?
Yes.
I kind of like him there.
Correct. Oh, he would be great.
In the Revolution, but he's like Violet's private wielding teacher.
And is kind of like,
Stop breaking these conduits, dummy.
Just do a little more. Or like whatever, how he talks. I don't know if that was a good Nicolas Cage impression.
Yeah, it's like...
It feels like,
of course Carr wants you just to do a whole bunch. Here, do it.
Oh my God.
Like, can you aim?
Can you imagine him like...
Can't.
Yeah, pacing around, like, just like, get this done. I gotta get it. I just want to get it done. Yes. Oh my God. Great choice. Okay. We're going to just add him as Felix right now.
I like it.
Great. I'm going to put him in the final cast.
It's fucking wild that we're bringing him here. But you know what? I like the vibe. I think you're right.
I'm like, can somebody put Nicolas Cage in here? Like, yes. He's having a Nicolas Cage-essence. Yeah. Nicolas-sance? Yeah. A Nicolas-sance. I like it, like Renaissance. So I chose him.
So what is this picture?
I know. I know. Look at his photo. He's like in this midnight blue velvet blazer, but he's wearing a white t-shirt with a pocket.
Yeah. It's a real choice.
He looks like he just picked a booger out of his nose and is rubbing it between his thumb and his index finger.
Flick it away, Nick.
I hope people are listening who aren't watching this is like, I see this. I know exactly what photo you're talking about. I'm pretty sure it's from GQ.
Great.
Next we have Professor Carr.
He is also very scary.
He's very scary. And I chose John Slattery because of the silverness, who we know from Mad Men and The Front Page on Broadway. He looks both like astute professor-y and also not scary, but untrustworthy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust him. I would give him, I would do what I need to in connection to him, and then I would be like, I don't want to be around you longer than I have to. Yeah, exactly. Peace. I thought John Slattery, especially with the description of he's got this white silver hair, and I was like, oh, Mad Men, duh. This man looks like has been older for a very long time, and he's really not that old. I think he's like early 60s. I like him a lot. He's very scary. Okay, my Professor Deborah is Taraji P. Henson.
Oh, I love it.
I have included a photo of her in a purple dress with purple hair because Professor Deborah is described as having purple hair. I just love her. I don't know why. I just think she would just be like such a fun, strong choice. Yeah?
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Over Anne?
Yes, I love her.
Okay, I feel like we could. I do too. That's why I was like, I think you might really like her.
No, I love it. Great choice.
I think it. What did I see her? It was like a Instagram post or something like years ago. I think it was like during the pandemic where she had purple hair and it was like up in a ponytail and it's like a selfie that she took. And I saw that picture, loved that picture because I love her. And when I started reading Fourth Wing and how she was described, that's who I pictured. Like, excellent. Immediately. And she's just like beautiful, but like she's Cookie from Empire. Like she will fuck you up if you do anything wrong, which I love.
Girl. Yes.
Oh my God,
I love
great. Yay. Okay. So our Taraji P. Henson as Professor Deborah. Amazing. I didn't even need to include the purple hair, but I wanted to because she looks so beautiful.
No, I like it.
Okay. My Professor Emiterio is Kevin Hart.
I like that we stuck with the people that we said last episode.
We did.
We're like, I'm not considering anything else. Thank you.
I'm not going
That's
to.
already happened in my head.
The height difference of both is so funny. You picked the tallest man imaginable, and I picked someone very tiny, but very lethal. I love Kevin Hart. I think he's so funny, and I don't think he gets to play enough badass characters. He's always kind of the butt of the joke a little bit. And I think Professor Emiterio is the same. He has these one-liners where you're like, the fuck? This guy's teaching us the gauntlet? He does the gauntlet, right? Yeah. Yeah. And sparring and like the fighting, right? And I think it would just be it would be good for his career and also slightly comical to have Kevin Hart be your sparring coach. However, I can't say no to Adam Driver and a horse. With a horse. Like what? I feel like if I did that, a curse would be put on me. Like something bad would happen to me if I said no. Yeah, that's my professor.
Excellent.
Okay, last but not least is my bonus character.
I'm so excited.
Now, if we cast my cat, I believe that this would be the best actress to play her sister.
I thought about doing
Serena.
Or what's his butt?
As Vanessa Hudgens. What has she been doing? I feel like they could easily play sisters. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. And I knew when I said, let's do a bonus character, it's because I wanted to cast her.
You wanted to cast Serena.
I was like, I love Vanessa Hudgens. Because she is older. She's older. She's supposed to be older and wiser sister, you know? She refers to her a lot as, like, the responsibilities and where those fall. And so I think that it would just be really nice to have Soren Vanessa Hudgens here. There's not a dragon and ever the best guy.
She rides a
okay.
griffin.
There's not a griffin. Damn it. Did I lose her then? We know she's a bonus character. I automatically get her.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't know if that bumps your cat out. But also, who cares? We can just dye her hair. Okay. And that's my cast.
I love it.
I went a little bit more wily this time.
I love it.
I think I put this together in like 15 minutes. I was like, this looks good. I like it.
Fantastic.
Picasso. I like it.
I'm so glad I could inspire you.
Absolutely. So I really do think we somewhat have our choices, and this is going to be like such a breeze. We got good at this real good the last time.
We did.
All right. So let's start from the top. So Brennan Sorrengail absolutely should be Noah Centineo.
He just looks so much like Mark Ruffalo.
It would be such a dumb choice not to do that when it's like right there. It's right there. We can't not.
Right there.
So
yeah.
Our Brennan Sorrengail is going to be played by Noah Centineo, illegitimate son of Mark Ruffalo. Let's start that rumor.
Perfect.
Great. Sloan, thoughts? I like either.
Mean, I don't know Lily Reinhardt is the only thing. So like
I like either. Okay, I'm going to be real honest. I'm hesitant in casting yours because I think I want to cast her in my A Court of Mist and Fury as Moore.
Ooh, yes, do that. She'd be so good as Moore.
She's perfect as Moore.
She's perfect as Moore. Okay, yeah, you can have her for Moore.
Cause I'm gonna put her in as Moore.
The Morrigan.
She's the Morrigan. Yes. As soon as I pulled that picture up and I went, oh my God, like she's from You. Like I know exactly who she is.
Yeah. No, I think she's perfect, except that she's just maybe a little too old.
Yeah, and I think for Morrigan, she can be however.
She's perfect as Morrigan. Who cares?
400 years old.
Morrigan's 500 years old.
Okay, so we'll do Lily Reinhardt as Sloan, just for the fact that I will be moving
Elizabeth Lale.
I'll be moving Elizabeth Lale to my A Court of Mist and Fury. Spoiler. Everybody's just going to know that that's who I'm submitting, and I don't care.
You can have her.
I kind of been stuck on her as I'm working through that one. It was like, I don't really know who to pick. Like, everyone's always like, Sydney Sweeney. No. Like, absolutely not. But Elizabeth, I was like, hello, you're so stunning. Yes. Stunning. Okay.
Or is clearly truth.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. A thing that we know what it is.
Yeah.
We know what we mean when we say that.
Yeah. About
and sharing that. Oh,
perfect. It was like, I selfishly don't want to cast her in this because I want to use her in something else. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. I'll give you full credit when I pitch it. Then we have, what was your Eric's name?
Leo Suter.
How tall is that man? And how old is that man?
He's 31.
Okay.
He's 6'2".
Okay, that's not bad. Okay. Oh my God. Wait, he was the one that was in the Viking show? Mm-hmm. Damn, bitch. Mm-hmm. Can he play Cassian? He's got a soft, his face is too soft.
Yeah.
He's really cute though.
Yeah, he's really cute, but I didn't immediately love that, so the vibes really are cute. Wrong.
He's 31 and he's 6'2". Let me look up my pot. So exactly the same age.
Perfect.
Doable.
Excellent.
I think that's doable. So I think we should go with Leo Suter because I think he's really cute and looks very like princely.
Correct.
Okay, then we've got Cat. Okay, I really love my cat.
I can concede Cat.
Really?
Yes.
This is the second time we have said
I know. No. But I know. It's okay. I'll survive.
If you bring her back for the third one, whoever it is, I might just automatically give it to you.
I don't even know who it would be, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
No, and I really like your Cat and Cyrena, so like you convinced me.
I love them together. I just didn't like cute. I could just see them both as like sisters. Okay. So Cat is going to be Camilla of Riverdale, Camilla Mendez, which makes Serena be Vanessa Hudgens. Okay. Let's move over to Varish is already conceded to Mads Mikkelsen.
Shout out to Danny.
Danny did that one?
That's Danny helped me with that and Peter Baelish.
Oh, yeah. Those are two real good ones. Good job, Danny. Help from the husband. Mads Mikkelsen. It's such a good choice. I mean, like...
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Oh, God, can you imagine him just, like, torturing her in that room? And she's, like, in the chair, and he's, like... Oh, that gives me the heebie-jeebies. I love it. He's perfect. Okay, we're going to have Nicolas Cage be a second bonus character that we're adding, and we're casting him as Felix.
Yes.
Okay, great. Does he have a last name?
I don't know. No.
No, I think it's just Felix, right?
It's just Felix. Yeah.
I think so too. If it is
a member of the assembly, I think it's just Felix.
Yeah, he's just a member of the assembly, and they have their meetings, and he's just there.
Okay. He helps her wield.
And then he helps her wield with the conduit. Mm-hmm. All right, Felix. I feel like I gotta check. Felix, Iron Flame. Okay, it's Felix Gerault. Gerault.
I don't believe that they've ever said that, but okay.
I don't think so either. So he will always just remain as Felix. A.k.a. Nicolas Cage. But Brennan Sorrengail says that Felix is one of the 6 most powerful riders present in Eretia when they try to raise the wards. Mm-hmm. So let's make Nicolas Cage really powerful and kind of just there.
I love it.
And one named Felix.
It's
okay, I'm going to add him
for Nicolas Cage.
Love it. I'm going to add him to our final cast. Okay. Quinn. Easily Maisie Williams.
She's so cute.
She's so cute. What a great choice. I didn't even think of her. Marin. Your Marin. I really liked her. She kind of has like a cat look, but I don't think she's like respectfully as striking as Camila Mendes. But I think she's really pretty.
Naomi Scott.
Naomi Scott as Marin. And they're from the same like region.
So they can look similar.
Let's have her as Marin. She's great. She looks a little bit older than Kat, but I think that's fine.
I think it's fine.
And
I think all their ages get mushy in there anyway.
And this is not real and the points don't matter.
Correct.
And this is who we want.
None of these people are 20 years old and they're supposed to be 20 years old. So like,
yes, they're all in their 30s. This is kind of how television works now. For the stuff that you have to do, you basically have to be 30. And that's it. 28 and above. Okay, Professor Carr. I like both of our choices. I feel like I've gotten a lot. So I think I would concede to Littlefinger. What a sentence. Concede to Littlefinger. I would concede to Littlefinger as Professor Carr because he's sneaky, snaky. And where has he been? Has he been in anything else since Game of Thrones? I mean, probably.
Nothing big, but
Aidan Gillen, that's his name.
Aidan Gillen. Yeah.
So I would concede to Aidan Gillen, Littlefinger, as Professor Carr because I really like him, and I
think he's perfect.
I kind of forgot about him as like a human, and that makes me sad. And so I would like to bring him back to do something. Unless, what if he played Daddy Atos? I'm taking some characters away from Onyx Storm, but I kind of don't care.
Interesting.
Because he's like, now I kind of want him to be more diabolical. But is that too like Littlefinger? Or is Professor Carr too like Littlefinger?
Well, I mean, Carr sucks, but like, is also the one who's like, she can't kill Violet Sorrengail on the side of this mountain with her lightning. So like, semi-redeemable. But you know, I can imagine John Slattery coming out of nowhere and snapping a kid's neck. And I'm not sure that I can picture Aidan Gillen doing it.
No?
I mean, I could.
Okay.
But you convinced me with John Slattery, too.
I do like John Slattery. Do you think, so we cast...
I like him as Colonel Atos, though.
Who did we cast as Dane? Justice Smith?
Oh, Justice Smith, yeah. I mean...
yeah.
It could be.
Could. Depending on who his mom would be.
Mom is, yeah. Which we never see her.
Right. So I don't want to get rid of Aiden, though, because I like him. I want him part of the series. But if you could see John Slattery come out of nowhere and snap a kid's neck because of his abilities.
Intrinsic.
So yeah, intrinsic. That's right. And is like, nope, you're dangerous. I don't know. I'm good either way.
It's hard. Yeah.
I'm kind of good either way on this one.
He's perfect.
Who?
Aidan Gillen in this world.
I
think he'd be great.
He's perfect in this world, and that's why I'm trying to figure out, like, maybe.
Well, what if we put him there now?
Yeah.
And when we cast Onyx Storm,
we can revisit. We can revisit. Yeah. I wouldn't hate losing John Slattery. I could see either. Mm-hmm. I just could see either, and I haven't been this torn. Okay, so for now,
we'll put him here.
For now, we have Professor Carr as Aidan Gillen, and John Slattery has been left on the corkboard for Onyx Storm, which we could probably do with Varish too, but or not Varish, Nicolas Cage as Felix, but we love Harry included, so he's really important.
He's coming along here.
He's here. We need him to help Violet, obviously. Okay, Professor Deborah, you've already conceded to Taraji P. Henson because she's amazing.
Because she's amazing.
She's the best. I've had her saved since we originally did Fourth Wing, and I was like, this is too many characters. You're just going to go to the side.
We're going to wait.
And it's got to be Adam Driver. Like, I can't say no to that. I can't. It's perfect. He's perfect as Professor Amaretto.
That's the horse.
Professor Emiterio and his horse, Amaretto. I want it to be a series, a spin-off. Make it a novella, Rebecca. Come on, do it.
Professor Emiterio and his horse, Amaretto.
It's like a Hallmark film. She can make it into one of her, like, romance novels where he, like, meets somebody and he's like, this is my horse, Amaretto. Don't you work at a war college? What?
Don't you ride a dragon?
Don't you ride a dragon? Isn't your dragon gonna eat that horse? What? No. Okay, is that our cast? Why was this so fucking easy?
Because this cast made sense.
This cast made sense, and also we didn't really have tech issues, so that probably helped.
Well, that helped.
That helped a lot.
This is not the second time we've tried to do this.
I love our cast.
Me too.
I think they look really good. Everyone looks really connected. I'm very excited to introduce you to my Halden in our Onyx Storm fan cast.
I'm so excited too.
I'm really shocked we didn't have any of the same this time.
I know, for having so many last time.
We did almost do the same bonus character. Oh. I give us half a point.
Okay.
Half a friendship point. Yay! Okay, any final thoughts, questions, comments, concerns on our Iron Flame full fan cast?
No, I'm so excited.
I can't believe that we only have one more of these. For now.
For the moment. For the years.
For the years. I know. We'll revisit Onyx Storm in May and knock it out. Yay! Yay! Well, thanks, Kjerstin. Thanks for clearing your busy schedule and putting the babes to bed so that you can hang out with me and talk about books. Books are magic. Thanks, Kjerstin. I'll see you next time for Onyx Storm.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode of FanCastic, let us know by leaving us a comment, liking, reviewing, and subscribing to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, or wherever else you listen to us. And don't forget to head to our Instagram and let us know what you think of our fan casts. All fan cast graphics are listed on our Instagram, so sound off in the comments and let us know if you liked our choices, hated our choices, or have a better choice. As always, thank you for listening.